gosh, that sound. Anyways, Dave just showed up to the house because we are getting ready to make a video. Dave, what's up, dude?
Up for the 6 point. Uh-oh!
I know, now that it's actually running, right?
Hey, don't tell the people that.
Don't ruin another injector, bro.
We can't freaking continue the stereotype or truth of the 6.0.
All right, what's up there, homeboy? All right, let's get in and make this video. For the 120, let's make it 165-mile service. First service.
So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, you gotta look at this windshield. This windshield's made by Dirt Warrior accessories. These things are freaking legit. Full automotive safety glass. It's got a windshield wiper. This is a vent here that flips up on either side. Here's how these vents work. I've had a couple people ask. You just loosen that nut right there, tighten it, keep it open. That's it.
Yep.
That works out really well. Garrett's been running this for what, a couple weeks now?
Yeah, I think like I put like 60 miles on it now with the windshield already.
So far, no rattles, no squeaks, nothing.
And we were airing it out the other day, and
yeah.
it didn't make a peep.
He was jumping the crap out of this on Saturday, and
I think the only thing that went on was the windshield wiper fell down.
Oh, the windshield wiper. It's just a manual wiper. So you do have the option. You could put a power wiper on there if you want, but we have the option on our website for just the manual. This is a Dirt Warrior's rear window that he just got the other day. They actually used his machine to template the rear window and the front windshield. But man, this thing seals up pretty freaking awesome. Like there's the tiniest little gap right there on that corner. But everything else is freaking legit on this. We sell both the windshield and the rear window on our website, derangedoffroad.com. They are sweet, totally worth the money. I am quite impressed with the work that Dirt Warriors does. I mean, what is this? 1/8" aluminum?
Yeah,
it's all powder coated.
Descriptions there on the website.
I mean, stainless hardware, automotive glass. It is nice.
Yeah. I'll go drive around the block real quick, get the oils moving a little bit, and then we'll see what it takes to service this thing. Sound good?
Heck yeah, don't run into my truck.
What? Don't run into it?
Yeah, don't run into it.
I'll try not to.
His neighbors love him. Probably not so much.
And he's back.
This little circus act of parking it on 4 ramps for whatever reason. You ought to be able to crawl right underneath that thing. Maybe you only need some ramps.
Well, now you're going to be able to crawl under it that much more.
After the holidays, right?
I need over 14 inches of clearance for this.
They're good for rock crawling, but doesn't have the clearance for Garrett.
So the plan is we're going to do a 120-mile oil change service. So we've got the front, we've got the engine oil, and the tranny oil. So one thing that's really cool about this, I've already checked into it. So there is my T4 over there, the 800. So this KRX runs the same exact front diff oil in this one, and it's the same oil they run in the tranny oil, and also it runs the same motor oil. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win.
You got all the oils already.
Yeah, I've got all the oils already. except for the wet brake one that runs in the back of that one. I don't even need it because this doesn't have a wet brake system on it. But what's really cool about Kawasaki oil, since there's always a lot of discussions about it, is that I just stick with it because it's cheap. So this whole oil change, I'll throw it up on the screen when I do this video, and I'll show you exactly what it cost me to do it. Also, we'll throw some links down at the bottom to let you guys know where we get it. So, all right, well, should we get into this?
Yeah,
and see how easy it is, huh? Oh yeah, you're gonna hold the camera today.
Alright, I guess we're starting off the front diff. Drain that. What size is that? Allen?
The front diff's gonna take 8mm.
8mm. So the drain plug's very accessible.
Yeah, the drain plug.
It's just,
so you can see,
right there in the skid plate.
right here, very easy to get to. Watch out, you're gonna get oil on your, I think you did, on your cat too.
Oil on the dead cat.
Your cat's dead and oiled now.
Frick.
So, that's what you got, dude.
It smells like a dead cat. Ugh. Stuff's terrible.
Man, you really don't like the smell of oil.
I don't like the smell of gear oil.
Alright, we got an inch 1/16. We're gonna get this loosened up here.
Need some lights.
Your cap. And when we go to fill it, it's gonna be the same process as before. You're gonna want to fill it up to probably like the first 2 threads or so.
Yeah.
Right here. All right, so we're gonna do the front diff. This is where these little adapters come in really handy because they'll fit right down in here like so. And then you can turn them on.
Yeah, they have an on-off valve on it. Makes it really
And like I
nice.
said, I've already warmed up these bottles a little bit, and as you can see, it just helps the gear oil go in quite a bit faster on these small ones. All right, so here you have the little window. It shows you where to fill the oil to. You actually don't have a dipstick on this, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I've opened this up before, so just a word of advice, if you're gonna open this up before you do, make sure you have this nice and clean like you can see here right now. If you have a lot of dirt all around, it will fall right inside.
Really?
So it's nice and big. Big opening for dirt to fall into. Also, here's the oil filter. Sits right here. Be real careful after you've warmed your motor not to be touching the exhaust here. It's hot. The one thing that people have said that you might run into an issue is when you go to release that, you're gonna have a bunch of oil get all over the motor.
So probably stuff a bunch of rags up in there underneath it.
Yeah, and make sure that it's all clean as well in this area. And this in here, just make sure. But we'll open this up just so I can show you. But see that? It's a pretty big opening, so you're gonna want to make sure everything's clean around it so you don't have a bunch of crap fall into your engine oil. So
you crawl under here. Here's the walking on light. There's the drain plug for the oil.
see how much easier it is, Dave, with
Well, yeah.
being on the jacks?
I get it, dude. I get it. Just don't like to admit how fat I'm getting.
So far, as the front diff goes, just like the KRX, really about the same setup, really easy to get to. It's not gonna be an issue. Now we'll get to the motor. Alright, so we're going to remove the oil filter, and one thing that people have been talking about is basically how the oil will get all over the motor here when you take off the oil filter. So what we're going to do is we're going to stuff some of these paper towels and underneath it right here. Can you give me a few more? Yeah.
We catch the majority of that.
So I've got it stuffed in pretty well on both sides. So we'll go ahead and take it off and see. Hold that light there, Dave. So not too bad. It looks like we're catching it as long as you have it right there to soak in. It's quite a bit of oil come out of there, so
yeah, it's not stopped yet.
Looks like we're soaking those rags pretty good. Oh wow.
That's a lot of oil. Could have I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean,
it's not great.
The placement of this could have been moved maybe a little bit different. It is easy to get to, that's for sure, but it's kind of, but anyways, I don't know.
That's the trade-off you get for easy accessibility, I suppose.
But having the rag stuffed in there, I mean, we caught majority of it, so
yeah.
If it wasn't for that, it'd be all over the place. I don't think it's even dripped down on the side yet, so there we go. All right, so I'm gonna grab some oil here. I just used the new oil that I'm gonna be putting in it. All right, so basically a little tip. I put this and all the gear oil in hot water and let it sit for like 15-20 minutes, so when you get ready to pour, it actually comes out of the bottle a lot easier, and it, you know, you can use a lot more of it.
Little tip also, these little funnel things are the bomb. They make life so much easier, filling oil and rear diffs and front diff.
I think the best part too is they're like beyond cheap.
They're like $3.
Yeah, so I have like 3 of them all for like different oils and all that kind of stuff. All right, so we went ahead and filled it. This window showed completely full, but we went ahead and started the motor, put the cap on, started the motor, sucked this all out. Now we're watching to see where it comes to now, and probably needs just a hair bit more. But it's like right dead on the center, so about there. We'll just put a little bit more in it and call it a day. Here, you hold that. All right, so as you guys can see the window here, the oil level is just a tad bit under the top line after it's been sitting.
I hope that's showing up.
And we'll check it to see if we need to actually drain a little bit out, but it just needs to be between these 2 lines. But Dave and I, now that we're doing the oil, we think every motor should have this instead of a filled dipstick. Like, this is way easier, and just 10 times easier to do this than worry about the dipstick.
For sure.
All right, so same size as the front diff. Can you get this undone as well, and then we'll pull the plug down below.
Man, they have that torque.
Yeah. So it's a 6mm.
Front's an 8mm. Oil is a 17mm socket.
Alright, we'll go ahead and use the rest of this bottle in here, in the rear.
Fill level basically goes, there's like a little flat rib in there at the bottom of the threads. It just fills up to that. Well, here's where the air filter is. It's behind the driver's seat here. Just a couple little twisty clips there on the top.
This is the first time we're pulling the air filter just to see how easy it is to get to. Oh, pretty dang easy. There you go. How's it look?
Pretty clean, needs to be tapped out. I can see sand dropping out of it right here.
All right, so we popped out the air filter. I went ahead and knocked out the sand. Again, we only have 120 plus miles. It's not severely dirty, but that's all I've really run this machine is in the sand. So yeah, popped it out there.
It's all there.
Well, I have to say the air filter is pretty much a piece of cake. Yeah. I do like how the lid stays on. It just folds down, makes it a little bit easier. That pops in, you're good to go.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, Dave, while you're climbing out, give them your little assessment of the maintenance on the KRX 1000 so far.
Quite simple. Everything's pretty accessible.
So if you compare it to, let's see, you've done your Can-Am Defender, you've done the Polaris RhinoGear 1000. How does it compare to that?
It's easier than the Razor was, and probably on par with my Defender. Everything's pretty accessible on the Defender. I want to say even the front diff on this is easier to get to than my Defender.
But everything else about the same?
Everything else is pretty big. I mean, it's basically like a tractor. Everything's open, so.
I know one thing on the Defender that's really cool is the battery is really easy to access, if I remember right. So. Okay, that wraps up the KRX 1000 oil change. As you can see, it was a pretty simple job. Please like and subscribe to see more videos like this one. Also, check out our website. We've added new accessories and products. So remember, whatever you pack in, you pack out. This is Garrett with Deranged Off-Road, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bloodshot eyes, I walked to the water for a last goodbye. He begged so much, it clouded my mind. One thing's clear, the man's gotta die. Might makes right, so he said, when he held all the keys over our head. I lived in that grip, but now he'll learn at the end with the tables turned. Lord, forgive me. Take me